Hey guys, and welcome back to What Subways Volume 3. So, mission 2 today, Standby Man. So we are Standby Man today, take over train at Mansion House and drive over to Edgware Road. Always make sure you stick to your train correctly and try to stick to schedule. So, first thing first, waiting at Aldgate for the next train, and we need to get the train over to Mansion House. Which, yeah, passenger series A. I've got a map over here. Print is the wrong way around. Do we have one on the other side I could possibly read? No. Oh yeah, there's one over there. If that's the right way, so I can tell you guys where it is on the map. Yes, it is. So we are Aldgate, which is down here, bottom left corner. And we need to get to Mansion House, so it's 1 to 4th stop. We can then take our own train and drive to Edgware Road, which is then the rest of this entire loop. So it looks like a bit of a fair longer journey, this one, but mission time again shouldn't be too long, about the same as last time. So yeah, here's a back to front London Underground map. Aldgate's down here, and Edgware Road's up here. And I will say I'm not actually moving my head right now. This is the actual in-game character, so the way he looks around, if you zoom in max fully on your camera, where he looks around is also where you look around. So, makes things for a bit more just say, he's always looking around left and right, up and down. You zoom in, you follow him. You follow what he does. So, yeah, it wouldn't be fun running this on like a VR headset, would it? Right, so when is the next train coming? I know there are those overhead boards you get in real life underground stations. And they're not 100% dynamic, so they do say train is approaching, just like they do in real life. But otherwise the normal information does not follow it. Alright, mine gap started, so train is approaching. And there's a train on the other side as well, but that's not my one. The train doesn't get here anytime soon. I think I might just jump cut instead, because the second it's time. Have a look down the track so you can see it approaching or not. He's just leaving now. Those mirrors are dynamic, which is a nice extra for this game. But again, if my train doesn't appear anytime soon, I will just jump cut over to it. Because as much fun it is waiting for an underground train, I don't think that's what you really want to be doing as part of your own game, is it really? Oh yes, and a little flash there, so also simulates the sparks you get from the braking systems and checks on the track. Oh, seriously, where is our train? Signal is green. There is nothing on the tracks for ages. Normally down the underground's a lot more quicker than this. Yep, you know what guys, I'm going to jump cut, see you when the train comes into view. There it is finally. There's our C-stock train coming in, so that's about position of the door. Board the train, and then wait 4 stops until we arrive at Mansion House. We'll pick up our own service and go away to Edgware Road. So if you've got the character, actually, a little like slight grey thing is surrounding him. That was the character glow which I disabled. So normally it'd be like a white glow around him, but when you disable it, it just puts a little grey halo on him instead. I guess doors. Can't walk through them, you can look through them. Just a little bit of fun with the camera. Like I can also walk in through the driver's door as well and join him in the cabin. But for now, once he leaves the station, if he leaves the station, we'll just go then. Anytime today, please. Let's go to the next cabin, car actually. There we go. And off we go. Let's enjoy the view out the window as we go on London Underground with the guy's self-moving head, which again I am not controlling. He genuinely does this on his own. Alright, so he's down to 15 here. Fair enough, no wonder it took him so long to get here. we go. The barriers and so forth. Oh no, just went super dark now as we left the station. Normally transition is a bit smooth in this, but I'm not sure why. It's maybe like lagging or something. Frame rate doesn't seem too bad. I mean, this game is really well optimized. Like seriously, compared to the detail in this game, the optimization on this is like through the roof. You can run this on anything. The biggest potato in the world, you can run this game on no problem. So yeah, we are slowly chugging our way to Mansion House. We're not even going to be near Mansion House. What's the next station? So we are... These are going to be quite useless to me, but I can have a go at them. So, whoops, just look back and look up. Try and fight against his head movement. So we're at Aldgate, which is on the middle right. You can see it on its own. At least I can. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 stops away from Mansion House. And Blackfriars is the closed station. So Blackfriars is completely closed. So you've got Tower Hill, Monument, Cannon Street, and then Mansion House. This car's really actually slanting, I have to say, compared to the front one. You can actually see, so basically the cars are like bobble and move based on the tracks as well, and the turning. That's extra details you get in this game. Although that can be turned off if for some reason you don't like it, but this is running to this is on highest graphics. The only things disabled, the depth of field and the character glow. Let's go to the next platform. There we go. It's not the front of the train, I don't believe, but it's basically as the number of cars like went down due to being like old and stuff, they basically started putting driver cabs in the middle of passenger cars. I will say, you don't seem very comfortable like that, so I will be honest with you. Your arm phasing through the plastic barrier here between you and the door. So yeah, Circle Line trains have seatings like this on the sides. The A-Stock train, which was the Metropolitan Line train, and the first to be replaced by the S-Stock, they had like vertical cross seatings, so not as much leg place for people to stand, especially on rush hour, but also had like these head racks where you put like your baggage racks. You had an umbrella stand by the door as well. It was the train that got the least amount of like renovation after they started doing their trains in the early 2000s, late 90s. And then the D-Stock train was the last to receive it, because they're also one of the newest trains on the line. But again, because they wanted to keep the trains like uniform with lines, they replaced it with the S-Stock in the end. And the D-Stocks are now being rebranded as like Class 298s, is it? And they're going to be modified trains for, hopefully will one day replace the Pacer in some places. Let's go to the front of the train. Get to the driver cab. There we go. And there's the driver of this train, my clone, who's also a bit taller than me, actually, I will say as well. Yeah, he's a bit taller than me. Yeah, this is an air train. You see the modelling, texturing is not as high detailed. But, again, there's no side panel here either. But, either way, it's still a C-Stock train. I'm just going to push my camera out the front door. Yes, I can. There you go, so I'll climb the Aldgates. Right, so Cannon Street, and the one after that is Mansion House. Come to 10 minutes in the video. I've been waiting about 15 minutes because of the train that starts. Waiting for it to arrive, and then we will be in our own train, in control of the train towards Edgware Road from Mansion House. So yeah, I think there are 3 platforms at Mansion, and our one will be in the centre one. If I remember correctly, it's also like a 10-minute wait between actually getting the train and then actually being able to drive it. So either way, I think there may be a bit of a big jump cuts upcoming, as we need to take control of it ourselves.
This is a Circle Line train to Edgware Road via Embankment and Victoria.
There we go. Next station is ours. I'm just gonna stick my head out the door, why not? Woo, woo, there we go. Now I'm living. Woo, oh no, I fell off the train. And then magically teleport back into the train. Oh, if I didn't even rush, I could do a subway surfing, is it? Where you basically hold on to the end of the train for your life and call it a sport. Alright, so which one is our train? So there's 3 platforms here. Our one will be in the middle there, you can just see it here. In the darkness that ensues. So that one's an active train, and this one in the middle is our one. If I was in the driver cab, I could actually walk out. Sometimes you can glitch your way through the doors. There we go. Glitch my way through the doors as the train's still moving. Let's go set up our own train, which I cannot access from here because this is a wall barrier. So I need to go around it anyway. Right, let's go to the rear train, turn on the tail lights. And get this set up ready to go. Right, so open doors. Press C. Switch over to the other side. Turn on tail lights 1, tail lights 2. Also, in reality, you'd also turn on the destination lights as well. And switch that to your line as well. So I am circle line via Aldgate. Close the doors and jog back to the rear of the train. These passengers here could have all boarded that train, but nope, they'd all rather wait for my one, which is out of service and just sitting here. So yeah, get to the front of the train, set it all up, open the doors, and then just wait for it to be active. Which, like I said, it'd be about a 10-minute wait. So open doors, sit down, turn on the lights. So cab lights, destination lights, dashboard lights, headlights, cab vents. Bring that to the right. Passenger heating on. I'm going to do a brake test in a moment as well, but let's turn the engine on. Let's build up a pressure here as well, so press on drive, build up pressure. So the announcements. So drive to schedule Edgware Road outer rail. So program. Circle line outer rail, enter. We are we're at Mansion House. So let's put it over to Mansion House. There we go. Destination Edgware Road outer rail. Yeah, it's going to give us every single stop on the line, so nope, not that one. Edgware Road outer rail, no end, where is it? End, okay, right, so let's end then. Press enter, open doors, and hopefully should announce that we're at Mansion House. Looking good, and then we'll know if the announcements are correct once we arrive to the next station. Let's do a brake test, so brakes armed, emergency brake. Chain brake discharged, and they should be active if it works. Sorry, let's put pressure back into the train again. And if all goes to plan, third lights will be green. And perfect, so brake test off. So what time we leave here? So it's 8:50 now, we leave at 8:59. So I will now jump cut for 9 minutes. See you guys then. Right, here we go. You've just finally ticked over to 8:59. So we'll now close the doors. And train is now ready to depart after waiting 9 minutes of the Mind the Gap voiceover over and over and over again. I know it's a looped tape recording, but I've been sitting here for so long, it's now plants itself into my mind. It's been at 35, I can close all these now, and just get the train going. So yeah, about half an hour the journey will be to Edgware Road, which It's about a 45-minute episode, which is basically the average for this kind of series, I'd say. Yes, it will stay at 35 until it says so. Although actually, next station is closed, isn't it? Mansion House, yes it is. So let me announce quickly. It's still on plane. And let me announce that the next station is closed, which is cancel. Closed station.
The next station is closed. This train
So yeah,
will not stop
Blackfriars
at the
is
next
currently
station.
closed, at least in this point of time in the game, for renovations. So new platform being built, new station being redone. And this was done in 2000 and... no clue. Let me actually Google that for you guys, since I'm still driving here. 10 mile per hour limit in these closed stations. So yeah, Blackfriars station closed until... hopefully that'll give me the results straight away. Yes, it's closed for 3 years and reopened in 2012. So it gives you an idea of when this game was released. Let's get the train up to 10. Pass that sign, wait a bit, and then we can pick up these speeds to 35. There we go. That should be enough for us to go through. Yes, it is. So yeah, 35 miles per hour speed limit here. I believe we might also go past King's Cross in this part of the route as well, as we head towards Edgware Road. So I know we've got like Notting Hill Gate and all that. And just make sure the announcements match the stations, otherwise I've messed that up in the setup. Let's get train to 35.
Next station is Temple. Exit for Somerset House.
Right, Temple. Station is Temple, yeah, so that's worked for me quite nicely. So train down and let passengers off the train once we get to the end of the platform. So we're driving a full length train today, meaning that we will require the full length of the platform. There we go. Open doors and let passengers off.
Exit here for Somerset House. This is a Circle Line train to Edgware Road via Embankment and Victoria.
So I know with some stations the platforms are not long enough. For example, I know, I'm actually on station monitor, don't I, because I know we're getting hit. So we leave a free pass. So yeah, some stations like not King's Cross, Notting Hill Gate, the platforms are not actually long enough for these trains. So in reality, there's an announcement saying that the rear doors will not open at this station, although in this game there's no announcement that does that, at least I don't think there is. So you get you actually lose points for not having all your doors over the platform, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, because the station platform is not actually long enough. So hang on, train ready to depart, please stand clear, doors will change. All change, apologise for the delay, thank you for travelling, mind gap, smoking and train being held. You've then got that one does nothing, program, enter, cancel, closed. Close the doors and let's get ourselves going, shall we? And yeah, don't really need to be travelling anywhere near the top speed. It's not, we can go to top speed, but it's more top acceleration we don't really need so much of, because we're on an underground train. Is it still 35 here, or is it now up to 40? Yeah, it goes up to 40. Another train. There may be a few district line trains here as well, D-stocks, which you might see along the way, because I know the district line train does travel on this part of the line. So keep your eyes open for that if you want to see some more trains. Because at the moment it's just been C-stocks we've seen in the series, no D-stocks. As well, I went past station soon after I paused recording.
Next station is Embankment.
That doesn't matter too much, right? Embankment station coming up.
For the Bakerloo and Northern Lines and National Rail services from Charing Cross.
And let's bring the train to a halt. There we go. Open doors. And we leave here at 5 past, so about 30 seconds.
And Northern Lines and National Rail services from Charing Cross. This is a Circle Line train to Edgware Road via Victoria and High Street, Kensington.
So So in about 20 seconds we can then signal to close the doors and leave embankment station. So I could turn on the tunnel lights, which is a panel over here. Well, like I said, these only ever get turned on for maintenance, so keep them off. Close that door. That can go down. Check the time. There you go, 5 past. Close the doors, and we are now ready to depart. So let's bring power in. And get train up to 40 miles per hour. Air stocks, I believe, are now allowed to go up to, well, I believe this is still like limited to 40. But when on the surface, so I know the Metropolitan line, I believe it is, it's allowed to go up to like 50, 60 miles per hour. And I know on the last ever A stock service as well, the last tour of that before they retired it, because I know people on the around do like having their proper celebratory releases of trains. They'd also let the original A stock, the first one, there are 2 versions, the A60 and A62. The A60 was like the original ones, they ordered a few of those. 2 years later they ordered a few more cars with like minor modifications, which became known as the A62 stock. And I know they had the original A60 driver cab on that, and allowed it to go up to maximum 60 once again on the long stretch bit, which goes parallel to the Bakerloo line. Yeah, every time a stock on the underground does go into retirements, there's generally some massive fanfare that goes around it as well. There we go, right, 906, 906, so we'll have to be quick here. Let a few passengers on and off. And let's get ourselves ready to go. So we actually may be slightly behind timing right now. Let's get ourselves going for the next station. Yeah, got to be punctual. London Underground. Got to get the service done step by step. Still 35? Yes, it is. And let's neutral it. And carry on going at top speeds until the next station arrives, which shouldn't be too far away. I think you can see it now at the end of the tunnel. Render distance on this game isn't the greatest in the world, so you can see quite close in front of you where it ends. But as I said, as a game, as a simulator, World Sideways Volume 3 is probably one of the best ones out there.
The next station is St James's Park.
St James's Park. Actually, a bit of a story for you guys here. So basically, when my mum originally came to the UK from Poland, she originally wanted to go to the D-Stock train right there, see by the single doors. Right, I'll go for the story in a moment, because the D-Stock train is something that I wanted to point out to you guys. Yeah, Mum originally came to the UK looking for Alan Shearer, at the time playing for Newcastle, so went to look for St James's Park. In reality, she came to St James's Park in London, couldn't find the stadium, and settled here anyway, so fun story for you guys. Came to the UK looking for St James's Park, found it, just found the wrong one, in the complete opposite end of the country. What time do you leave here, sorry? 08, so we're clear to go. And let's go, full speed again. And speed will still be 35 here. Actually gonna go to 25 even. Nope, up to 40 even. Keeps changing every time. Oops, wrong one. So yeah, keep train at 40. Next station will soon arrive. Next station is unknown. Actually, hang on. St James's Park. Is the next station King's Cross? No, it's not. Victoria. King's Cross is a bit later on. This is a proper curved platform, this one. And not a very long one either. I think the train only just about squeezes into this station. Yeah, this is where the minor gaps that bit comes from. So actually I'll show it to you quickly here, if we're here early enough. Open doors. Time 09:10. Right, I've got a minute to show you. So mind the gap. The reason they play it is because on the actual curved bits, you've got these massive gaps between the train and the platform, which can sometimes cause accidents of people slipping in. So on this kind of turn it's alright, but over on this bit here where it turns like outwards, the gap is on the middle of the train as opposed to on the corner, which is why we have the announcements mind the gap. Worst case is Bank Station on Central Line. They actually had to put like an extra step on the platform just because of how long the gap is between the train and the platform. Right, so now you get back into train, close doors, tag in, and go. Also close my own door as well. There you go, bit of a story for you guys. Not even a story, like a little education, little lesson for you guys. So I know some people, well, everyone knows the phrase, mind the gap between train and platform, but not people know why they say it. It's just the gap between train and the platform. Not so much for every station, it is literally just for those kind of curved stations which has a massive gap in the middle of them, which is why the announcement is being said. Otherwise, the only other thing is like there could sometimes be a massive step between train and the platform. So I know on stations where subsurface and steep level trains meet, there can be like a massive step between the platform and the train itself. So let me try and think of an example where that happens. I know it happens on the Piccadilly line and Metropolitan line. It happens on the Metropolitan line and Bakerloo line. It happens on the Jubilee and something else. So yeah, it's not everywhere, but it does occur sometimes. But basically, there's sometimes a massive gap. Here you go, Sloane Square. I forget the name of the river, but that little bridge there is a river. Ooh, you can see that this tight. It's going to cause me a few issues in the points setting up, and I've just gone to accelerate it instead. Whoops, that was a bit of a mess up. But yeah, basically a little bridge on top of the platform where as they were building the station, they found a long lost river that people forgot about in London, that's been missing for about 100 years. And just one day it turned up as they were building the station. So they built a bridge to cross it off, marked where it travelled to, and there we go. Let's get back on the actual serious route. So yeah, with London Undergrounds, there are every line connects to each other other than two, which at the same time are the original two. Piccadilly line train, not Piccadilly, Districts line train and Metropolitan line train. They get close to each other at Aldgate, where it like cuts within one of another, but those two lines will never physically touch. They never physically meet. They used to. So no, about 40-50 years ago, the District line train actually went to Uxbridge, but then they did the Piccadilly line train, which then took over the Uxbridge branch, and so the District line instead diverted to Ealing Broadway and shares that with the Central line. So actually there's another one as well, Central line and District line share a platform as well. So yeah, a few little lessons for you guys, learning about the London Underground. The Districts line and Metropolitan lines will never meet. Everything else they do, every other line touches, they meet at one point or another, but those two lines never physically do. Let's go down to 30 and to South Kensington for the museums. South Kensington or the High Street Kensington? Yeah, it's South Kensington for the museums. High Street Kensington's more the posh area where people live. Let's go train to a halt. And yeah, that massive thing on the left there, that's the elevators down to the Piccadilly line, is it? Yes, it is. Yeah, I may not know I may not know the most about the London Undergrounds, but I do have my facts and knowledge. Got a few moments to walk out of the train and look at the platform. There you go. So yeah, South Kensington, the more influenced part of London with the museums and all the posh areas. There you go. Piccadilly line is also downstairs. So if you walk to the end of the platform there, or you can see where the slopes roof is there. That's an inside elevator down to the platforms. And upstairs is the ticket office where you can get tickets, Oyster cards, tap in, so forth. Right then, let's make sure it's time to go. And off we go. Not sure if it stays 35, 40, yeah. Okay, just assume it every time you leave a station it goes back up to 40 until its sign tells you otherwise, I guess. So yeah, I think it's one more than South Kensington. Sorry, High Street Kensington. But I could be wrong again. Because I don't normally travel on this part of London Underground. If I do, I normally stop at King's Cross, which is actually not on this part of the train. It's on the northern part of the Circle line. So actually, when I was saying we're going past King's Cross, I lied, because it's not actually anywhere here, it's up north. I should know that because I know I did a vlog recently as well, which took me to King's Cross Station, as I went to the London headquarters, the YouTube headquarters in London, which again was probably one of the more fun experiences I've had, especially with this channel. Going to YouTube HQ. Still got the ticket tag I was given when I entered, just pinned on the post-it notes on my wall with a few notes. Otherwise, yeah, definitely quite a fun day that. Right, leave at 17 past. And that guy, woo, what's going on there? I think, oh yes, they also dynamic, so they sit down on benches as well. So if there's a bench available, they'll sit on it. They will walk to the different part of the doors. If they get bored, they'll move around. Again, dynamic passengers really brings the simulator to life. That's why I love it so much. No other simulator I think really does that much detail in passengers other than World Subways Volume 4 and possibly 2 as well. The original one, Volume 1, had the passengers phasing out and teleporting to a train, because it was like before this technology and this engine was really developed into this kind of madhouse it is today. But yeah, absolutely love this game. And like I said, it's one of the most realistic simulators out there to date. My head, before I crashes my head into the barrier. And let's get back inside. Again, lighting seems a bit off. I don't remember it ever doing that before, the lighting glitching out, but I could be wrong. It could have always done that, I've just never noticed it. But I've got a feeling it may, because I'm also uploading another video at the same time. You could just be using a bit more processing power, but it doesn't matter too much. You still have to get the main frame of the simulator. So yeah, this is the subsurface bit. So we are underground technically, but we got light up there. So what was I saying? So last week or earlier this episode, I forget what it was. I was talking about cut and cover building. Basically, is that district line turn off point as well? I believe yes, it is. So cut and cover is basically where they, so you have like the road layout of London. What the developers of London Underground, the original system did was they, whoops, going too fast. They would move people out of the houses, knock down the houses, dig up the road, build a train track underground, and then like cover the train tracks. So build a tunnel and then build like new houses and a new road on top of it. So the original trains, the trains right now, they basically follow the original road layout of London, with cut and cover level. So like I said, dig down, build a track, fill it up again. So that's why these tunnels are about 150 years old, and why the newer systems are the deep level ones. So the last like subsurface trains are, you've got the Metropolitan line, you've got the Districts line, you've got the Hammersmith and City line, and that's it. Every other line is deep level on the London Underground. The most recent addition was the Jubilee line, built for the Queen's Silver Jubilee. And then the Hammersmith and the Waterloo and City line, that was then added as like a, more required by the London Underground, because it used to be a national rail system with 2 stops between Waterloo and Bank, aka City, and really they acquired it. I think they paid absolutely nothing for it and just received a free train line. I take it you guys are waiting for Districts line trains then, if you're not going on this one. There you go, here's High Street Kensington. one platform? Is it on the other side? I actually don't know. Actually, yeah, it's on the other side. I was been on that side the entire time. So these are all passengers on my train. Welcome aboard, passengers on my train. Sitting at the rear of the car for some reason. Am I really that bad? Am I really that bad? No one actually. So no one sits in the front. And then on the second car, they all sit right to the back as far as they can get. Thanks, guys. Appreciated. I'll make sure we get there in one piece now, won't I? Make sure it's time to go. 21 past. Only got a few seconds left. So yeah, we may lose a few points for setting up that wrong, because we forgot to set that circle line with our Aldgate. Otherwise, everything else should be alright. And I actually never, despite having this game so long, I've never actually known if I lose points for setting up the rear of the train with the destination sign or not. I've never known that. Something I should probably have checked one day, but oh well, doesn't matter now. 10 seconds, the door should be able to be closed. So now we're ready to depart. So, which one should press 2? Let's press 1.
This train is ready to depart. Please stand clear of the doors.
And there we go. Now cleared to go to next station. Let's close that. And go. So I won't go for the full speeds getting to the next station. I'll just do the slower acceleration. As it's like I'm starting to catch up with time a bit. Speed limit 40. Yes, it is. Yeah, losing points on train setup and not following the speed limits. So I've actually gone a bit faster in some bits than I should have. Otherwise, we've kept the schedule quite nicely. So we should be arriving quite nicely on that as well.
The next station is Notting Hill Gate.
There we go, Notting Hill Gate. The platform is too small, so the rear carriages don't actually, in reality they wouldn't open, but because this train simulator doesn't know that, they will open, and I will then lose points for not all cars making it onto the platform, which is a bit of a shame. So if there's time actually, what time? 22, 23, I've got a few seconds. I'll sprint to the rear of the train, I'll just show you. So I know I've been to the station a few times. So yeah, the rear two carriages in reality wouldn't open. There'd be announcements saying the back two carriages do not open, so please go and get off the train. And there you go, you can just see how it's open up in the middle of a tunnel, which I can assume the Londoners do not appreciate. Woo! There you go, that's why. That's why I don't appreciate it. Anyways, get back to the front of the train, close the doors and get ourselves going. And yeah, go, these passengers will be all going onto the central line, I believe. That's the only other line that connects to here. Yeah, Notting Hill Gate, the #1 hub for connecting subsurface with central line. Can I squeeze back in? Nope. Let's go through the side then. Come on, door. There we go. Sit down. Close door. Down goes. And perfect. We can now go. Let's close our own door as well. Perfect. 40. So it's 1 or 2 stops away from Edgware Road. That's coming up shortly, which means the speed limits will then soon go back down to nothing again. Just bear in mind we are arriving at the really odd bit of the tunnels. And I think it's also got to do with the fact that there's so many trains moving here as well. District lines, no, district line don't go here because it's more south. But you've got circle line trains, you've got Hammersmith and City trains, all that coming in like from 2 sets of rails, plus the return journeys as well. So much movement in that small bit of track, which I do need to manage quite a lot as well. So yeah, let's keep the speed limit low. There's another station coming up, I believe it is. Yeah, I do have Paddington. Yeah, so you need to stop at Paddington. And Edgware Road is the next stop after that. Nope, sorry, Bayswater, then Paddington, then Edgware Road. Sorry, I forgot about Bayswater. So train, bring it to a halt. Yes, platform's clearly long enough to hold a train. 25 past, so yeah, passengers on, passengers off. Be quick guys, because we're going to have to close soon. That's everyone. Nearly. Whoa, she missed the gap. And... seriously? Okay then. Just go without them. Yeah, it's not perfect, the game. I think that can show you. The game's not perfect. So because they missed a train, or the gap was too big, they fell into the tracks, because that's how it works. But as a majority, the game is alright. There's no major issues with it. So take it the game doesn't realise when the doors are closed either, otherwise that probably wouldn't have happened. Just that random game moment. And poorly coded AI logic as well. Again, when they realise the door's not closed, they think it's open, try to walk into it. Won't end well for you. Right, so Paddington, then Edgware Road. Yeah, you got the Paddington, you got the Hammersmith extension Paddington, and then you've got Circle Line Paddington. There we go. We leave here at 27 past, so minutes. Right, hopefully this one's not going to be as poorly done as the last station, Bayswater. Passengers get in, get off, and go. I'll leave about 20 seconds to or something. Take your time, guys. Right, I think one guy left. Is he getting on train as well? Yes, they are. Right, those two get on, and sorry. Is that my old instructor, Danny? Sorry, Danny, but you're late. Says at 40. So, yeah, next station will be the last station. Ooh, down 25 speed limits. There we go. So yeah, this is the long tunnel towards Edgware Road. So last week we came in through the left side, the extension. This time we're coming in through the south side, which takes us on to e-connecting. So the actual connection should be more obvious here, since we are actually on the curve at this point, whilst the other line is the straight direct one. So the curve, the tracks should be more obvious in this point. Going 26 miles per hour in 25 zone. Ooh. Nope, no need to slow down. There we go, there's the connection bits.
The next station is Edgware
And
Road.
Edgware Road, which train terminates.
Change for other Circle Line services in the direction of High Street, Kensington, from platform 2, and for the District Line.
So bring it to the end, stop the train, and announce that it terminates here. And then we get a final score based on our driving, so bring it to the end. There we go. Open doors.
This is Edgware Road. Change
Now
here
the train terminates
for
here, so that will be
High Street,
free.
Kensington, from platform
So the
2,
announcement.
and for the District Line.
And now everyone else should step off the train.
This train terminates here. When leaving the train, please ensure that you take all your
So
belongings
that goes
with you.
back.
All
Yeah,
changes
that goes off. Release pressure.
This train terminates
Goes to
here.
neutral and congratulations, you completed the mission. So, no end score like it does on scenarios? Fair enough. So, yeah, that was Standby Man. That was Wild Subways Volume 3 London Underground. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Do subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.